Hello everyone, I'm Yuzhou Huang. Today my presentation will go over with the global data protection regulation on email marketing. I will give a short introduction about the global data protection regulation. Then I will focus on how the regulation influences the practice of email marketing and what some implications and arguments are triggered after the implementation of the regulation. So what is the regulation? The draft actually started in 2012, then became the law in 2016, and implemented in May 2018 by European Union Parliament and the Council. It is a regulation in European Union law on data protection, which particularly addressed the transfer of personal data. European Union gives a clear definition of personal data. It is any attribute which could be processed to uniquely identify an individual, such as name, address, photos, and IP address, genetic data, biometric data, etc. The law regulates any company or institution if they collect, process, and analyze European Union citizens' data. It could be a firm in Japan or in Canada. It is the core of Europe's digital privacy legislation. What are some goals that the regulation wanted to achieve? It is definitely going to protect personal data against data overreach, restrict unauthorized data access and third-party transfer, earn public trust in the digital age, and improve services delivered, such as financial services and marketing services. So, what are some practice and implementations to achieve those goals? European Union will provide data governance framework to data controller and data processor. Data controller is person. Data processor could be any individual or any institution or any firm. The framework will give details in how to collect, manage, process personal data legally. According to the regulation, government agency has to point to or by public body to elect a data protection officer, but it will be optional choice for private firms. However, if private firms have to have data protection officer, the employee has to be not subject to a conflict of organizational interest. It could be an existing employee or external employee. The officer will address and execute the EU data governance framework to internal departments and agencies. Meanwhile, must provide expertise, professional knowledge in data protection law and IT security. Each member state will have independent public authority or authorities. The supervisory authority has to be binding the global data protection regulation to execute tasks and charge penalty on violations. If the member states have their own national laws on data protection, they can execute them as well. The regulation actually covers 17 key concepts, but I will just talk about one concept today about how it regulates email marketing. Email marketing is an action typically of sending commercial emails to an individual or a group of people. Because the draft started in 2012, at that time, or even today, email marketing sometimes is allowed without customer consent or by third-party data transfer. When the regulation was implemented at May 2018, it required firms to ask permissions for continuing email marketing practice if firms do not have the customer's consent. Therefore, firms can send agreement to customers through email or let them click a agreement button at a digital platform. It also requires firms to provide the right to customer to opt out anytime and provide details on how the data will be processed. On the other hand, a supervisory authority can conduct a data audit to ensure email marketing campaigns and practice, can even extend to organize their internal hierarchy. In this aspect, data audit can use AI to personalize emails, analyze big data, and detect wrong practice of email marketing. What are some arguments and implications after the implementation of the regulation? One side arguments are the regulation will provide new strategies because firms will implement them to earn customer trust. And also, it will improve data management so that a firm will implement new strategies to customize message and advertisement so customer will be creatively and more comfortably engaged by new strategies. However, counter arguments are that companies already respond that they lost 50 to 99% subscribers. One in three business to business companies respond that they lost, that they will be out of business. Sorry. So also data shows that the regulation will disrupt 40% existing marketing strategies. And more than 51% of all marketers anticipated to lose customers. So I have a discussion question for our class. I know our time is tight. You can just think about the question. I want to ask, do you agree with the data audit on firms? I do agree with the regulation because I think in digital age, we need new data law to protect our privacy or our data. So we have to fully aware how the data is processed or analyzed, but also the European law requires a new government agency to conduct data audit. So there's no research on how they really conduct the data audit because they argue they could use AI or not. Right? So that's why I want to ask our class, do you think the future we do need a new government agency to conduct data audit? Thank you. Bye bye.